I'll tell you that. It's very hard. And I have a lot of advantages. I know people in it, you know, and I'm still not getting stuff because it's very hard right now. So, and I think the realistic expectation, and any of these people will tell you too, is you're not going to live off of this, okay? So, I mean,
it's good that you all, I assume, like eating ramen.
Right, yeah. I do other stuff. I'm a film actor. I teach still at college because I have to eat. You know, I don't really want to do that anymore, but I do. So, you know, but I'm trying, and you have to realize I'm living like a college student again instead of a college teacher. So I can try to do this, and I've been out here 3 years. I've been out in LA 3 years living like a college student trying to get in. Okay? So if that's any idea of what it's like, I mean, do you think that's pretty typical?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, no, thank you. So anyway, that's, yeah.
Well, I was what we're saying, it's like Stephen and I had this talk the other day about, you know, with the market climate thing with their, you know, the economy and all that. I mean, I have some people who think I'm spreading myself a bit too thin because I'm doing, you know, acting, stand-up comedy, sang with a band and all that. I'm not name dropping, I'm just illustrating a point that it's like, you know, you have to kind of wear a lot of different hats right now, so.
The more things you can do, the less any one thing has to support you in its entirety.
Right.
Yeah, diversifying for me was critical early in my career because there's just not enough, there aren't enough roles for women to survive. Very few women are making it exclusively just voicing. Almost, yeah, right? Most of us have to do other things. And I thrive on being able to change it up and doing all different kinds of things, and that's awesome. As to getting into this business, truly, acting is acting. We're not just voice acting, we are actors. All of us work as actors in one capacity or another, and we all have some sort of performance experience. And primarily, we draw from a lot of theater experience. We really admire that, and when we meet someone new, what have they done? Well, they haven't done much recording, but they were in this play, they were in this musical, they were in this,
you know. It's the seal of approval.
It really is.
Even though they haven't been in the booth, you know, they know their stuff.
And they have breath and voice control.
Training, you know, even though a lot of the more voiceover exclusive classes are in Los Angeles, if you're locally here, there's a lot of stuff you can do, guys. Even the community college.
You're staying in San Diego?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're locally here, there's a lot of really good theater acting classes, and I know it. You know, it's in my mind too. It's like it's not the same thing, but it helps you so darn much, you guys. Study improv, study voice, study acting. You know, it's only going to help you, make you that much better of a performer in the long run. So.
And don't set your sights too narrowly, because I've heard people always asking, they're not asking how to be an actor, they're asking how to be a voiceover actor.
Yeah. Or an anime voiceover actor, which is like this niche, it's like this big.
Yeah, you don't get everything you want in life ever, so why aim for this one thing? Throw that net out wide and see where your luck is and where life takes you. Don't say, that's the fish I want, that fish, just that fish. Because then if that fish swims away, you're like, and now I'm starving.
Yeah.
Goodbye, fish.
When there's a huge tuna going past.
Right, he's like, how about me? No.
You're not always as glamorous, but man, the industrial work, it pays the bills a lot better than anime.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So. I mean, but that's the question. That is a question for yourself personally. Are you seeking acting, or do you want to be part of a niche of the entertainment industry that caters to what you appeals to you? If that's all that you really seek is just acting for anime or for some specific genre because it's fan-based, fan-driven, you probably aren't necessarily following your life's dream. I mean, really, it may be your fantasy, and it may be, and I wouldn't dissuade anyone from pursuing their dreams. No. Truly, you'll need that impetus to get you through it. It is a life of sacrifice, and I'm sorry, I can't, I got rehearsal. You know, you are constantly sacrificing as an actor, and you hear about it all the time in all art forms, but you couldn't pick a more difficult business to be a part of. I just have to be honest about that.
What I found out going out to LA the first time, when life kicked my ass and I was working crap jobs in the middle of the night to leave my days open for auditions that I frankly didn't know how to get. What I learned from that, at the end of that experience, I went back to my hometown and I realized I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to act. You know, okay, I was getting more fulfillment living in my hometown, doing good community theater, and getting to act than sitting in the middle of LA, surrounded by all this work and not getting it. Yeah. It was a lot more satisfying being able to do the thing, because that's what I realized it was about. It was being able to act, not being Tantalus.
And this reminds me of kind of a culture shock. And in the East Coast, I mean, I I get film roles, I got theater roles. I just walk in and they cast me. You know, out here it doesn't count for anything. You know, what have you done in LA? What have you done out here? And I mean, I was like nobody out here, you know, because there's so many people that come from their town and they've got this, that, and the other on their resume, but they haven't done anything here, and it's like starting over.
It's still good
I'm not Japanese enough for Pearl Harbor.
It is good that you did it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying they really do kind of count it like, okay, well, you were getting a lot back home, but it doesn't count for nothing in the majors, kind of, you know, out here.
Actually, that's happening with a lot of the actors that are moving from Texas to LA.
Yeah.
They're having to kind of regroup and restart again, even with a body of experience and credits. So, you know, the connections are that untangible link that we can't connect for you. It's something that happens out of destiny, perseverance, fortitude, and true talent. So you may sound great emulating people's performances that you admire, but do you have your own voices? Can you create, can you take an inanimate object and give it a voice? You know?
I'll never forget the talking water bottle.
You just imagine, just like the formula you were saying, taking, you know, a little, it's like, we're almost like computers. It's like, okay, it's got a little bit of a Japanese influence, it's got a little bit of a blonde airhead influence, and it's got a whole lot of Texas. So, oh, arigato! You know, you just sort of process it and put it all together. And that is, you know, it is a creative process. It's not just making your voice work.
But it's a creative process as fast as you possibly can.
It's
a creative process with the clock.
Yeah, it is different than regular acting, that's true. So we are done. We are wrapped. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Awesome chrono trigger, by the way. I love that game.